Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of News in 2 Minutes, bringing you the news that you need to know every day. Let's begin. Citizens in Thailand are said to be readying themselves for the possibility that the country's military may stand in to resolve the growing and at times violent discontent between anti-government protesters and the ruling authority. Residents' fears are said to have risen after the leader of the country's military refused to deny allegations that the armed forces would enact a coup to quell a growing uprising that has claimed the lives of citizens on both sides of the political engagement. The Center for Infectious Disease Research and Policy has posted a report that shows an outbreak of an alpha virus that is transmitted to humans by the bite of infected mosquitoes is growing around the Caribbean island of St. Martin, where officials say it may pose a threat to the U.S. mainland. Researchers are questioning the effect that an earthquake had on the Fukushima nuclear power plant as agencies reported that a tremor with a preliminary magnitude of 5.4 shook both east and northeastern Japan on Tuesday morning, causing buildings, hillsides, and roadways to shake from North Japan south to the country's capital of Tokyo. Following yesterday's confirmation of the first human case of H9N2 in the last 4 years and amid a growing number of lethal avian influenza strains, the Chinese Center for Disease Control has issued a warning to its citizens that the avian flu remains a high-level threat that should be watched closely, as scientists around the world stress that given enough time and host, the virus will mutate where it may find the ability to infect humans on a global and highly lethal scale. A new study led by researchers with the University of Maryland and a branch of the Smithsonian Research Center shows that consistent climate change along North America's southern coast is leading cold-prohibitive species such as warm-weather mangrove trees to move northward. The research team studying 28 years of satellite data showed that lengthening seasons of warm weather interrupted by less frequent frosts continue to steadily alter the climate structure of southern North America, even as other regions across the continent and across the world experience polar opposite effects with deep freezes and colder than average conditions. And to wrap things up, government authorities in Bangladesh are continuing to enforce a ban on transportation services within the capital as officials try and halt growing protests in a call for an end to the government, and financial experts studying the USDA's Economic Research Services report on food prices show that the cost of food is expected to continue to rise into 2014, leading analysts to caution the rise of discontent within the West. And that's it for this episode of News in 2 Minutes. Check back tomorrow for more news that the aware need the most. This week's News in 2 Minutes is brought to you by SHTFplan.com, where even the officials go for news, and SQmetals.com for all your precious metal needs.